Hello everyone and welcome to another game of Squirrels Baseball. We are back in Wrigley Field to take on the Cubs for our second game of 3. We've got Stitch on the mound. I did not see who the Cubs have going. One thing that I brought up yesterday and then followed up on in the meantime, Cannon is on the Major League roster, so apparently he just got beat out for the spot. I do imagine Gary Matthews Jr. is probably a better hitter than Cannon. Though it made me a little bit, I don't know if sad's the right word, but maybe it's the best one I can come up with. But Cannon was like the first computer-generated draft pick that got real starting time, at least that we saw regularly. So I was kind of pulling for him. But looking like his time as a Major League starter might be a short one. Scott Gabbard on the mound. He might have been a Cub last year. I know we saw him. Kind of thought maybe he was a Pirate. Maybe it was the Cubs. All right, here comes Kester to the plate to get the game started. And he will look at strike one. Swing and a miss for strike two. Ground ball to second. That will be the first out of the inning. Marvin taking his first right-handed at-bat. Has a 1-1 count. A swing and a miss makes it 1-2. Marvin strikes out. Chief, nobody on base. Sorry, my younger daughter came in here, kind of interrupted the flow. Chief lines out sharply to Pena, who does make the catch. So 3 up, 3 down for the Squirrels to start the game. The Cubs will start off with Matt Merton, as they have most games over the past couple of years. As mentioned, Stitch on the mound to make his season debut. Merton takes a ball down and in. This one popped foul, and it will make the seats. 1-1. This one just misses outside. Merton ahead, 2-1. And a swing and a miss evens the count, 2 apiece. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 down, Santana at the plate now. It's early days, obviously, but Santana sporting a plus 300 average, which feels like a pretty big improvement over what we saw from him last year. Has a 1-1 count in this at-bat. And that's going to be a base hit into center field. First hit of the game for either side. 1 on, 1 out. Carlos Pena at the plate. First pitch is a changeup that's too low. And a fastball catches the outside corner. Pena didn't like the call. And then another base hit into right field. Santana will stop at second base. Runners on first and second for J.J. Hardy. Cubs looking to take an early lead. Hardy will take a curveball for strike 1. Then grounds a ground ball. Joey to second. Kester on to first. The Squirrels get out of the inning with a 6-4-3 double play. The Squirrels snuff out an early Cubs threat. 2 hits but no runs. Terry is going to lead things off for the Squirrels in the top of the second. Terry with a over 600 average. Did hit a home run yesterday. He's already driven in 6 runs in 3 games. Has a 1-1 count in this at-bat. And a ground ball through the middle. That will get through for a base hit. Terry thought about second base, but he does retreat to keep it at a single. That will bring Frank to the plate. 1 on, nobody out. First pitch, called a strike. And this changeup is down and in. There's a fastball right down the middle, and Frank does nothing but watch it. Swings at this one. This one is probably a double play. Sure is. 6-4-3 double play. Base is now empty for Tom with 2 outs. Tom's average still scuffling at a 1.67 so far, but he did hit a home run, a solo home run yesterday. So we'll see if that helps get him back on track. Not in this at-bat, though, as he goes down swinging. So we'll go to the bottom of the second inning. Still no score. Carlos Quintin to lead things off for Chicago. Carlos Quintin at an even 300 so far. Looks that fastball over, and it is outside. And then a line drive into center field that will get down for a leadoff single. Rongo at the plate now. He looks at a changeup for a ball. And there's a fastball for strike 1. Swing and a miss makes it 1-2. Swing and a miss on the curveball, strike 3. 1 down. The aforementioned Gary Matthews Jr., who's hitting 500 so far, has a 1-1 count to start this at bat. As Stitch checks over on Quintin at first. Swing and a miss makes it 1-2. Ground ball. Not hard hit, so that's going to keep the Cubs out of the double play. So they'll just trade Quintin for Matthews at first, and now 2 outs. Pablo Ozuna at the plate. I really feel like he was hitting second, I think, last year. I think he and Santana might... Well, no, I think Cannon was down here. In any case, Ozuna strikes out on 3 straight pitches, and that will end the second inning. Still no score, although the Cubs have had a lot more traffic on the base paths so far. Zach is going to lead things off for the Squirrels in the top of the third. That's Zach with the line drive into left center. That's going to roll nearly to the warning track. Matthews gets it in quickly and keeps things at a single. That'll bring Joey to the plate. He gets a curveball for strike 1. Oh, that's a double play ball. 4-6-3 this time, and the base is now emptied. A Stitch will come to the plate. So the Squirrels have gotten some hits, but have so far gone down in order. It's up to Stitch to try to break that. He has a 1-1 count to start off this at-bat. Make that 2-1. That fastball runs inside. At least I think it was a fastball. We got a changeup. Also misses the zone. Stitch ahead 3-1. Swings and misses. Now has a full count. Gabbard winds. Delivers the payoff pitch, and it is softly lined toward short, and that will end the inning. So yeah, the Squirrels with 2 hits through the first trip through the order, but they are 9 up, 9 down, thanks to a couple double plays. Gabbard, oh, that's not Scott Gabbard. Hasten, I think it said. Maybe not who I thought it was. Anyway, he is going to lead off the, oh, good play. A line drive towards second. Kester jumps and makes the play. So that'll bring Matt Merton back to the plate. He struck out swinging in his first at-bat. One of 3 Cubs strikeouts the first time through their order. And Merton quickly behind 0-2. High hopping ground ball. Stitch fields it himself and gets it to first in plenty of time. 2 down. Santana at the plate. He had a base hit in his first at-bat. Grounds this one to third. Chief grabs it, throws over, and that will end the third inning. Still no score. 5 combined hits the first time through. And that will bring Kester back to the plate to open up the fourth inning. Gabbard, 2 strikeouts through the first trip through the Squirrels' order. Starts Kester off with strike 1. And Kester's going to get a base hit into left. A leadoff single. He is definitely a threat to run. Marvin struck out in his first at-bat. Again, that was his first one right-handed this year. We'll see if number 2 goes any better. He looks at strike 1. And that pitch is too high. 1-1. Fouled off, but Rongo should have a play, and he does. 1 down, Chief at the plate. Hit the ball hard, but right to Carlos Pena in his first at-bat. Swings and misses at that pitch. Makes it a 1-1 count. Kester takes off, and he is going to be thrown out. And somebody got hurt there, and it was Kester. I don't want to say I was hoping for Santana to be the one hurt, but kind of. Not in a mean way, just in a I hope it's not our guy way. Chief hits that one a long way, but foul. So he has a 2-2 count, 2 outs, bases now empty. As he lines another one right to Carlos Pena to end the inning. So the Squirrels go down in order again, thanks to a caught stealing. Kester says he's going to stay in the game, but no, he's not. We're not going to play with that. We're going to send Phil out there to take over. We don't need anybody getting hurt this soon into the season. So Carlos Pena to the plate. He swings and misses at the first pitch. Looks at strike 2. And then a swing and a miss for strike 3. J.J. Hardy at the plate. He hit into a double play back in the first inning. And he looks at strike 1. Grounds this one to third. Chief with a bit of a long throw, but makes it pretty comfortably. 2 away. Carlos Quinton at the plate. He had a base hit in his first at-bat. Watches that changeup float out of the zone. Slicer, also known as a slider, just that's what he calls his slider. Low in the zone for a strike, and then a curveball outside, 2-1. Misses again with the fastball, makes it 3-1. And a ground ball to Phil now, who makes the play to end the fourth inning. So no score, 3 hits apiece for the teams through 4. Terry is going to lead things off for the Squirrels in the 5th inning. Terry with a single in his first at-bat. Looks at a changeup for a ball to open this at-bat. And then a swing and a miss makes it 1-1. Say the Squirrels have put up runs this year, but it's pretty much all been work late in the games. Have not done a lot against starting pitching as Terry goes down looking in that at-bat. Frank 0 for 1, hit into a double play in his first at-bat. Watches that pitch go up and out, not particularly close. Gabbard with another pitch down and in, maybe a better pitch than the first one, but not by much. Right down the middle, and Frank grounds it harmlessly to second. 2 away, Tom at the plate. He struck out swinging in his first at-bat. First pitch is called a strike. That fastball sails on Gabbard, makes it 1-1. And this one's fouled away. Makes it 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Cubs again go down in order in the top of the 5th. Still no score. We've got Rongo due to leadoff things for the Cubs in the bottom of the 5th inning. Stitch opens things up with a curveball and misses fairly badly. Comes back with a changeup and that bounces in. 2-0 and neither a convincing pitch. And then a line drive. Phil is able to grab it before it can find the outfield. Gary Matthews Jr. at the plate now. Ground out in his first at-bat. He'll watch a changeup go too low. I think that one at least bounced behind the plate. This one fair right down the line. Chief can't cut it off, and it dribbles into left field. A one-out single brings Pablo Ozuna to the plate. And he's going to get a base hit into left, and the Cubs in some business here. Might have a choice to make with the pitcher's spot. Yeah, it looks like Gabbert is going to bunt, as he probably should. Puts down a good one. It does stay fair. Just barely get the out at first, but he did his job. Successful sacrifice. Puts runners on second and third for Matt Merton, although there are 2 outs. Merton answers the call. Joey makes it close, but ultimately can't come up with it. Scores 2 runs. A 2 RBI single for Matt Merton gives the Cubs the early lead, and then Merton takes off for second, and he is cut down. Maybe not an advisable time to run, but not before the Cubs do some damage on the scoreboard. They now have a 2-0 lead as we go into the 6th inning, where Zach will lead things off for the Squirrels. Zach with a base hit in his first at-bat. Looks at strike 1. And this pitch down and out. Supposed to be a curveball, didn't seem to break much. Fouls that pitch almost straight back. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Joey now at the plate. He hit into a double play in his first at-bat. And that's going to get through for a base hit into center field. We do want Stitch to pitch another inning here, so he'll get to bat. I would hope he's bunting, but not so far. He looks at strike 1. Swings and misses 0-2, so no bunting here apparently. And he's going to pop out to Hardy at short. So Phil now with his first at-bat of this game. He has gotten in as a pinch hitter. No, as part of a double switch. Has not gotten a hit yet this year in just 1 or 2 at-bats. Has a 2-0 count here. And he comes through with the base hit here into right field. Joey stops at second base, so that'll bring Marvin to the plate. 2 on, 2 outs. And he swings at the first pitch, but comes up empty. And watches that fastball come in too low to make it 1-1. And then a curveball that bounces in. Marvin got a lot of that, but pulled it foul, unfortunately. 2-2 the count. Swings and misses at a curveball in the dirt, and the Cubs are out of trouble. So we'll go to the bottom of the 6th with the Cubs still leading 2-0, and they will start off with Santana at the plate. First pitch is swung on and missed. Another swing and a miss. 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 down, Carlos Pena, 1 for 2 on the day. Notice his average is under 200, but he does have a couple homers already this year. Looks at the first pitch for a strike. Swings and misses at the second pitch. And then a fastball. Pena does not chase it. 1-2. Hits this one into center field. Joey gives chase but cannot get there. Has a great arm but not the fleetest of foot. That'll bring Hardy to the plate. 1 on, 1 out. That curveball not particularly close. Fastball up in the zone, called strike 1. This one catches the outside corner. 1-2. Curveball for strike 3. Hardy swings at none of those pitches. 2 outs, Carlos Quinton at the plate. Runner still on first. Changeup is called a strike. And that fastball too low. Line drive, that's going to get into right field for a base hit. I forget who was running for the Cubs, but they make it to third. Just ahead of the throw. And that'll bring Rongo to the plate. First pitch is called a strike. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. Rongo with an 0-2 count. Fouled away. We'll try it again. High fastball. Rongo can't catch up with it, and that will end the 6th inning. The Cubs still with a 2-0 lead as we enter the late innings. Chief due to lead things off for the Squirrels in the 7th. Gabbard still out there on the mound. Has not started wiping his brow, so I guess he's still pretty fresh, but if I were the Cubs, I might be thinking about handing things over to my bullpen to try to keep this lead. So far, though, Chief with an 0-2 count. And he looks at strike 3. 1 down, Terry at the plate. He is 1 for 2 today. Single and a strikeout. Watches that curveball go low. Into center field, and it does get down in the grass before Matthews can come up and grab it. That will bring Frank to the plate. He is 0 for 2 today, hit into a double play and another ground out. Looks at strike 1. Oh, a little bit of a wild pickoff throw. Pena is able to get it, though. And then a wild pitch. So Gabbard just trying to play with fire here. Does get Terry to second base with only 1 out. Frank looks at strike 2 on a changeup. And hits this one just foul down the first base line. Still 1-2. And this one gets away. That's going to move Terry to third in a 2-2 count at the plate. Gets a swing and a miss for 2 outs. Brings Tom to the plate, but there is a runner just 90 feet away from home. Tom swings and misses at the first pitch. Puts this one high into the air, but Santana should have it, and he does. We go into the stretch, the Cubs leading 2-0, and they will start with Gary Matthews Jr. at the plate. We will make a pitching change here as soon as it lets me. There we go. Get Johnston into the game. We'll see for how long. Depends on how the offense reacts. That will bring Martinez into catch. This will be Johnston's first appearance of the year. He was very effective last year. I'm not sure he gave up a run the entire season. Or actually, I think I might have been Nakai. But still, very effective. And he has been throwing harder as of late. Still not exactly a fireman, but, you know, gets the job done. He gets a ground ball to second here for the first out of the inning. That'll bring Ozuna to the plate. Got a single in his last at-bat. Watches that sinker sink too much. And then puts a slurve where Martinez will grab it and go to first. 2 away, pitcher spot up, and they're going to let Gabbard hit. Which, you know, he's obviously done the job through 7 innings, so you can't fault that strategy too much. He has an 0-2 count at the plate. And a ground ball to third will end the 7th inning. So we go into the 8th. The Cubs still ahead 2-0, and Zach due up for the Squirrels. Zach 1 for 2 today. And he hits the first pitch pretty high in the air. Hardy going back, and he makes the play. Just hit it too high, gave Hardy too much air to run under that one. So that'll bring Joey to the plate. He is 1 for 2 today, and he watches that fastball go too high. And another swing and a miss makes it 1-1. Gabbard finally starting to wipe his brow. and misses that curveball outside. Comes back with a sinking fastball just at the knees, 2-2. Ground ball to second. Santana will take care of that. That'll bring Martinez to the plate. Not his first at bat, but he has not gotten a hit as of yet. This one's not going to do it either. Gabbard will field it himself. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Cubs still clinging to that 2-0 lead, and they will start off at the top of their order. I missed the display there. I don't remember what Merton has really done today, but he looks at strike one here, and then swings and misses at a sinker in the dirt. Can't catch up to that fastball, and that is out number one. Santana is 1 for 3 today. Watches a fastball too low. And then there's a slur for a strike. Fastball outside. Santana not biting. This one called a strike down in the zone. 2-2. Popped up near the plate. Martinez waiting on it, and he makes the grab. Carlos Pena, 2 for 3 today. He watches that pitch go outside. And this one too far inside. Johnston switches to the slurve, still doesn't get a call. Not that he should have, and that's a 4-pitch walk. So Pena on to first with 2 outs. J.J. Hardy 0 for 3 today. Watches that sinker outside. Johnston suddenly unable to locate the strike zone. Gets a ground ball to first. Terry will get the Squirrels out of the inning. We go to the 9th. The Squirrels need 2 to stay alive, and they will be at the start of their order. Although that does mean Phil now instead of Kester, thanks to his sliding injury earlier in the game. Phil did get a single in his lone at-bat so far today. Put his average at 500. Puts this one into center field, though Matthews should have it, and he does. 1 away. Marvin at the plate, 0 for 3. Couple strikeouts and a foul out. He is typically better from the left side, but we'll see what he does here. He is quickly behind 0-2. That's a line drive into center field for a base hit. That'll bring the tying run to the plate in the form of Chief, which he does have some power, though he is 0 for 3 today. Hit and run, and it's going to hook foul. Right off the bat, I thought we might have had something. Gabbard gassed out there now, so he's not going to get the complete game. And he's also going to bring the go-ahead run to the plate. Ryan Dempster. Wasn't sure if he was still closing for the Cubs, but it looks like this is where we are. He's got his work cut out for him. 2 runners on with 1 out, and pitching to the cleanup hitter, Terry. Terry 2 for 3 on the day. Looks at strike one. Oh, then the wild pitch. That's going to put both runners into scoring position. Not looking super great for the Cubs. Does get the call on that slider. 1-2. Up the middle. Oh, Dempster gets a glove on it. 1 run is going to score, and Terry beats it out to first. 1-2 now. Frank at the plate. He swings and misses at the first pitch. Runners on the corners. Ground ball. Dempster fields it. He goes home, and Chief is dead meat. Not great base running. Oh, nope. I was almost caught off guard there. Let's go Sweeney. He's usually our more dependable pinch hitter anyway. Though he hasn't gotten a hit yet this year, he does have an RBI. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Cubs clinging to a run lead. Sweeney looks at strike one. Way behind on that fastball. Ooh, ballsy take, and Sweeney gets the benefit of the doubt. Not twice, though. He looks at strike 3, and the Squirrels take their first loss of the year. Your final score today, Indianapolis Squirrels 1, Chicago Cubs 2. A great game, though. You can't fault that. A lot of drama there at the end. The Cubs score 2 runs in, I think, the 5th inning, and cling to it for the rest of the game. Take a look at a few highlights, though they probably should have just started in the 5th inning. That's when all the runs started scoring. And 2 runs on the 1 hit was that. I think Merton drove them both in. I'm sure whoever it was gets the player of the game. We'll find out here shortly. Squirrels almost do enough in the 9th, but not quite. Yeah, Matt Merton, that's what I thought. Drove in both runs, deserves player of the game honors for sure. So that sets up a rubber game tomorrow. See who can win this series. If you'd like to like, share, subscribe, feel very free. Otherwise, we'll see you back here tomorrow for a deciding Game 3.